Hi there. Okay, today we're going to look at how to register a domain name on NameCheap.com and then forward that domain to a website. Well, the first thing that we're going to need to do is create a NameCheap account. And the way to do that is you can go up here, you'll see just under the login for your username and password, you have sign up. You click on sign up. And we'll take a moment here, let it load. And this allows you to create an account. Now it's going to want to know what kind of username you want to add here. Now you can go ahead and come up with a standard username that you use. Go ahead, fill out a password. I can generate one here real quick. Or maybe not, we'll just leave it going. And fill out your passwords. Put in your first name and last name, as well as your email address. And then after you've filled this all out, you can hit Create Account, which will then take you to the next page. Okay, now that your registration is complete, we can move on to actually registering your domain. Now, after the sign-up process, you will probably receive an email confirming your account information. So it's automatically logged us in to our new account here. Now we can go off and register for a domain. Now we can simply go back to the main page of NameCheap, or you can always click on Domains at the very top, or just mouse over it and click on Register a Domain, which brings us to the page we're viewing here. Now at this point, this is where you can enter your domain that you're wishing to purchase. For instance, we can get we'll check this out, see if this is available. And unfortunately, it is not available. So that allows us to continue to search for a domain that we would like to use. So if the domain of choice is not available, you can continue to look for additional domains that may work for you. So if that doesn't work, we can try another one. Eventually you'll find a domain that works for you, and at that point you can see that this domain is available for $9.98 a year, and we can simply, it's already checked for us, add it to our cart. You can see that the domain has now been added to our cart, and we can now check out to purchase our domain. Now we have free WhoisGuard as well as the domain. So let's go ahead and click on Checkout. Okay, once you have clicked the Checkout button, the page will reload and wants you to fill out your contact information. You will need to include your first name, last name, your address with your city and state and zip code, your country, a phone number, and then you will also need to have an email address to confirm. So you can enter your email address twice here, and once you have done that, you can click Save and Continue. Now the next page is going to have your registrant contact information, and from the previous page, whatever information you provided will show up here for all contacts. And you can simply leave this the same, or you can customize it for different positions if you have a different registrant, administrative contact, or technical contact. Once you're ready, you can go ahead and click on Next Step. Alright, once we have filled out our contact information for the domain, we are taken to a screen where we can have options through NameCheap. Now the first one is the WhoisGuard, and this basically makes the information that you provided for the domain private so that you don't receive spam requests or unwanted calls, emails regarding the domain. And I suggest clicking Enable WhoisGuard. Below this, if you have a website hosted someplace, you can select to use custom name servers. But you can leave this as the NameCheap's name servers because we're simply going to forward this domain to an existing website. Alright, we're going to set up a URL forward to an existing website, and so we'll need to pay attention to the URL forwarding settings. Now down here, it's going to want you to provide a URL to an existing website. So you can see it said the first one checked off is use NameCheap's default forwarding URL. You'll want to uncheck this, which will make the box above it available for you to type in. Now you can type in any website here, and once you have purchased the domain, that domain will then begin to forward to the website that you provide. I have listed Google here for this example, but if you have an existing website, you can simply copy and paste it here or type it out and fill this box in. Now the URL forwarding type, this is going to be a simple URL redirect, so you can leave that just the same. After you've done that, you can click on Save and Continue. Okay, the final step is going to be making our payment. So you'll need to choose how you are going to pay for your new domain name. Now you have three options. Since you are a new user and this is a new account with NameCheap, you probably will not have funds available in your NameCheap account. However, you have two other options that you can use. The first one is credit card, where you can pay by a credit card. You can simply pay with a credit card. Or if you have a PayPal account, you can click on PayPal Checkout. For this example, let's go ahead and click on Pay with Credit Card. Okay, now that we're at the credit card checkout screen, we will need to provide our credit card information. Now this can be a credit card or a debit card, whatever you prefer to choose. And you can select the card type as Visa or MasterCard. You can then enter your card number, the expiration date, month and year, the card identification number, or the CIN that's on the back of the card, and the name exactly as it appears on the card. Now, if you've done any online shopping before, you're probably familiar with this screen. Underneath, it'll have your credit card billing address, and this is sometimes pre-populated with your contact information, but otherwise you'll need to fill in the accurate information to process the credit card. And once you have filled out that information, you can click on Charge and Process. Now I won't be purchasing this domain today, but I am just using it for this example. Now once the payment has gone through, what will happen is that your domain will be processed through NameCheap. Once it is the payment process has gone through, your domain will then be made available online, and what you have decided to forward it to, it may take a few minutes to up to a couple of hours before it to propagate, but eventually the domain will then forward to your website. So that is how you purchase a domain on NameCheap.com and forward it to an existing website.